So hi, I'm Sabre Wilson. I'm the producer of a new play called Hap. Hap is the latest play to be being put on by Doppelganger Productions, a company which supports local and new playwrights in the south. This is Mark. He's the manager of the Winchester Pub, which is an up-and-coming arts venue. He's here in the Winchester. Several of our playwrights' plays, John Foster, have been put on here. And he's going to talk a little bit now about what he's trying to do with fringe theatre and about the plays that have been put on here in the past. So, Mark, do you want to just tell us a little bit about what you're trying to do here in the Winchester with fringe theatre and the arts?
Okay, when I started in Bournemouth, there was no real fringe theatre, and there seemed a definite need for a place to give new talent and new ideas a chance to express itself. So what I wanted to do with the Winchester when we first started was to make it a platform for writers and actors and directors. We've got quite a artistic scope here. We do live art, poetry, live music, underground house music. It's quite underground and sort of trying to create an art scene in Bournemouth where there is no art scene. There's a lot of commercial entertainment, but there's no place that's going to show alternative entertainment or show alternative ideas.
So you've had 2 of John's plays on here before, and you're going to have 2 more in this year, The Murder Wife and Hap. So how were John's 2 last plays received here?
Very well. John's writing is very, it's really striking. It's very impressive. The first play that he had on here was Little Boy, about the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and it was very impressive to distill one of the most, high impact moments of the 20th century into a little stage with a small cast in a pub in Bournemouth. It was very impressive, and I was struck by the intelligence behind the words and the poetry in the words, and John's definitely seemed to me to have a gift, a talent that I'm happy and excited to support, and anything that John does, I'd love to, should put it here. In terms of local playwrights, John's the one that stands head and shoulders above a lot of other ones I've seen. Not disrespecting any other playwrights. A lot of the other theatre groups are doing stuff by other, already established playwrights, and the exciting stuff with John's stuff is that it is really high quality. And it's being premiered here in Bournemouth, and it's new. It's a new writer. In terms of a lot of the other theatre groups do stuff here, do stuff by established writers and from the canon, from the selection you can get.
And this is why venues like yours need supporting here in Bournemouth,
Yeah.
because you are doing something unique. I mean, 2 years ago that there wasn't a venue like this. I mean,
No.
there were smaller theatres, but there wasn't a venue like this that had such a scope for putting on new art. So, we support you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to talk a little bit now about the play Hap and what it's actually about. So Hap is a 2-handed comedy. It has 2 women, so just 2 actresses in it. It's about a woman who goes to the doctors because she's unhappy, because she always feels happy. Therein lies the irony. So for her, emotions like depression and anger, these are dream emotions that she would love to experience. So she goes to the doctor saying, please doctor, I want to change something, I want to feel other emotions. The doctor, understandably, doesn't take her very seriously. And so these 2 have an amusing exchange where she's trying to say, doctor, please help me, and the doctor doesn't accept it. The doctor then turns out to be a manic depressive herself, and so they end up having a discussion about how they long to have each other's state of mind. And that's it. It's only a 1 hour show, and it is amusing. It's quite surreal, but it is funny. But the thing about Hap is that we've got a great team on board. We've got 2 professional actresses. One, a girl called Natasha Stokes, who's done some TV work. She was in the show His and Hers. She's fantastic. And then we've got a great director, and of course the play was written by John, who incidentally did win a BAFTA. So we've got a great team of people, but to pay them, we do need a little bit of help with funding. And this is the issue, is that actors who train for 3 years in good schools and have spent time learning their craft, we want to pay them at least equity minimum, as well as the director, as well as the writer. So this is why we do need a little bit of help. In terms of what HAP means in the wider context, as Mark was talking earlier, John's plays often do have a much deeper meaning and do have a wider context and make a comment on society in some way. So with HAP, I think HAP makes a comment on society's problematic relationship with mental health. So we are constantly told by the media that we should be happy, that happiness is the ultimate goal. We see adverts that tell us that we can be happy if we have this particular product. But then on the other hand, we're bombarded with images of depressing news. Life itself can be hard, life can be stressful. And so there's this juxtaposition between how are we supposed to feel. And sometimes even when people do feel happy and content, they think, well, I should be upset about something, I should feel down about something, because there are so many issues out there in the world to be upset about. So I think HAP really touches on this, and it does so in a very short way, in a very sort of unique way, in that it does it completely through humour. And I think it's worth coming to see, and it's worth supporting. So it's on here at the Winchester. It's on here on the 14th, the 20th, 21st, and the 27th. So we'd like to see you here, and please support us in any way you can. Thank you very much.